Alright, we are live. This will be a video just going over order flow, spotting imbalances, which are very, very powerful, along with kind of identifying trap traders. Trap traders is a very important thing to just kind of witness, and it's really a turning point in the market as the market likes to trap traders a lot. So really just trapping liquidity and making people kind of force out of their trades, which kind of leads to a pump or dump. So really, if you really spot these and just kind of counter trade them, you will be pretty profitable. Your win rate will increase significantly. And just in this video, I'm just going to go over it and just kind of show you live examples. Might not get too many live trades right now, but of course, if you guys learned something new from this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Plus, check out my Exocharts playlist. I think it'll be of great use to you. And of course, it is all free, so make sure to like and subscribe. I am not charging you a course, and a lot of this information costs people thousands of dollars, along with other paid groups and whatnot. So really, this is free. So really, the first thing I am using is the Orderflow template. Just go on to the left hand side right here. You'll see the chart templates or the TPL. Just click on that, and here you'll have your list of templates. If you guys don't have any templates, feel free to join the Discord, link in the description, and just go to Exochart levels. Just be patient before you get added. Usually it takes about 24 hours or less most of the time to be added. But we do have some free templates here, very good templates I personally use and it's kind of modified to my own trading. So feel free to modify them to your own trading yourself. They work very, very well as templates. And so again, I'm just going to be using the Orderflow templates. I'm going to hit load, and we're just going to load this up. So on my screen right now, I have the delta clusters, and again, this is looking at imbalances. What are imbalances? Imbalances are really just a difference between buyers and sellers at a certain price. And so a good thing to keep in mind when using order flow is that we can only spot market orders. Now, there are times where we can spot orders. That will be using CVD. Whole new video on that, but just looking at the order flow, imbalances, and delta clusters on the top right here. I also have the open, high, low, close of the candle. So if we kind of zoom in here, you can see kind of the candlestick patterns on the 15-minute time frame. As a general rule of thumb, we'll stick to the 15-minute time frame. That is kind of more the beginner or where to start with using order flow. So zooming in on each of these clusters, again, the standard right now is I am using 40 tick. If you see just below this, 1 tick equals 0.5, so 50 cents. So each one of these bought candles is about a $20 move. What's nice about order flow is that you can look in at like the 3D of the candle, see what the big players are doing, identify the trap traders. Again, and we'll go over this in the video of just going live. So a general rule of thumb is that on the left hand side right here, we have all of our sellers or short orders. And then on the left hand side of the cluster, or the right hand side, sorry, we have all the buyers or long, people are going long. And this is just a value of total shorts. So whenever you see it being highlighted like this, if we kind of zoom in here even more, let me turn off the OI. So we'll turn off the footprint bar too. But just zooming in on this candle, you can see that there are certain values that do get highlighted in black as shown And this is really something you want to take note of. This is kind of more like spotting the imbalances. So what I mean by imbalances is a significant more buyers or sellers within that chunk of price action. And so what's nice about it is it will highlight it. And so typically it'll highlight it just going kind of horizontally. So there will be more buyers at the previous tick level compared to this, and it will just kind of highlight it for you. I think I have it set on a 250% difference between a buyer or seller. So again, when there's a 250% difference or more between the buyers or sellers, again, it will just highlight it. And this is what I call, quote unquote, an imbalance. So like shown, there is 993K longs, 203 million value of longs right here. And again, these are highlighted. And so it's, again, comparing it from the previous tick. So it's comparing it from 400K shorts to about 2.3 million longs. And again, it will highlight it whenever it's at a value of 250% or more. So as a general rule of thumb, here you can see whenever we get a large amount of imbalances in a row, this is what I like to call stacked imbalances. Well, it is called stacked imbalances. And as a general rule of thumb, you want to see 3 or more stacked imbalances coming in. I'll just kind of show you specifically when you want to be looking at stacked imbalances. This can be very useful to kind of showing you trap traders. So again, just going off of the strategy, kind of one step at a time. So here you can see a whole bunch of stacked short orders coming in. And why do we know these shorts? Well, they're on the left hand side of the cluster candle. And here again, we have a whole bunch of stacked long limit orders. And how do we know they're long orders? Well, they're on the right side of the cluster candle. So again, it takes a while to get used to, but nevertheless, they're that's why I'm kind of going live here. So again, here you can see stacked limit market longs. Again, these are all long market orders. There are no limit orders. Again, that's CVD, and that'll be a whole new video. But again, we got a stacked imbalances of 3 or more, so that's just something to keep in mind of just kind of going forward here. And so typically, you want to see stacked long imbalances at a resistance. So that's kind of like, we'll go in steps here. So I'm trying to find some good examples. I'll go over to the top right here. Very well. This was a kind of a swing failure pattern of a wick from the previous high right here. So again, it was a swing failure pattern. We went past that, grabbed liquidity here. Again, there was a lot of market kind of sell orders here as people were kind of, or market buy orders here as people are kind of shorting this down. And a lot of people longs FOMOing into the top as price was pumping. All the moon boys were getting excited. So they were, their followers were just kind of doing the same thing and thinking it was going to go to 100K or something. But again, we like to kind of trap these people and learn how to see when they're FOMOing and being very dumb, I guess. But so anyways, you notice that at resistance here, we got a bunch of stacked long orders or stacked imbalances. And notice that we do have 3 or more rows. And again, what I mean by rows is this is a row, this is a row. So it's literally like every like chunk of price action. We call it a row, quote unquote. And so here we do see 3 or more stacked imbalances. In fact, questionably, gonna have 4. Even going to here, there's like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stacked imbalances here. But really, for simplicity's sake of the video, I'm just going to say 4. So again, there's a bunch of long orders just kind of opening up right here. Again, at resistance, people kind of longing at resistance. And then immediately the next candle after, what do we see? We see stacked shorts coming in of imbalances of shorts. So what you generally want to look for when identifying trap traders is, again, you want to see those kind of trap traders longing at a resistance, so way above very high, at a very high value. And so they'll have their limits orders in right here, and then price will quickly kind of reverse on them and it will just kind of dump down. As it's dumping down, you'll see a bunch of stacked shorts coming in. So you'll see like a whole bunch of highlighted numbers, large numbers on the left-hand side if you're looking for kind of trapped longs, and kind of vice versa when people are kind of FOMOing short. I'll try to find some examples in this video, just kind of going over that. So far, so good. If you guys are learning something or haven't really fallen asleep yet, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out, of course, the Exocharts playlist I have. But anyways, typically you want to see a good amount of stacked imbalances coming in, meaning possibly in the millions of short orders or long orders. But in this case, for example, you want to see a bunch of short orders. So this isn't really the best example. Typically, you want to see, again, 3 stacked imbalances in a row. So this isn't really a good example. But really, on the next candle, you can get a kind of a more clear picture, as there's a whole bunch of people who, quote unquote, kind of longed at resistance, which is kind of a no-no. And then price closes below that, and a whole bunch of shorts come in and just kind of like trapping them. So it's kind of, you can think of it as like a barrier, like holding down price. When these people want price to pump up, there are shorts holding the price down, pushing price down. So trap traders really have 2 options. They can either wait and possibly get liquidated, which is kind of a risk in their eye. So they're kind of panicking, right? Or they can simply just close their orders, and this will really just kind of push price down even further. So again, that's why looking at trap traders and stacked imbalances is very important and very powerful. So again, whenever you have a long order, there needs to be a seller, and for every buyer or every seller, there needs to be a buyer. So again, just a prime example of that happening. And again, here, as we started coming down, even more shorts started coming in, trapping these long orders, and price just continues to dump down and down and down and down and down and down. So very, this was mainly just a stop loss hunt, but nevertheless, it's what you want to look for when identifying stacked imbalances. So this is a very good example of stacked imbalances at a trapping longs. So longs being trapped. Again, people longing at resistance, big no-no with TA and kind of day trading. So I believe Carl from the Moon was having a video right here saying Bitcoin was going to go to the moon. He was doing all his fancy TA, kind of moving the same support lines, large breakout, blah, 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 same Moon Boys stuff, whatever. So nevertheless, again, trap traders, something to look for using Orderflow, delta clusters, and balances on Exocharts. So very, very, very powerful. Here you can see, I'm not going to really use this example, but we'll look for some trapped short trades as I kind of hover around here. So here Kind of a good example here. We had a whole bunch of shorts coming in, coming down at a support level. I don't know off the top of my head of what support this was, but nevertheless, people shorting at support. So here you can see a whole bunch of short imbalances just coming in. 2 million, 3.8 million, 1.5 million. How do we know they're shorts? Well, they're on the left-hand side of the cluster. And so, again, kind of a pivot point. And then shortly after, we start seeing a bunch of kind of stacked longs coming in. I wouldn't necessarily long here, thinking they're trapped. What really starts to get them nervous is whenever these stacked longs coming in. So a good amount of longs coming in. And again, shorts are down here, so they're underwater still. And these trapped shorts are just kind of being trapped by these longs. And again, longs are on the right hand side, and a whole bunch of stacked longs, market orders coming in, trapping these shorts down here. So again, they're underwater, they're losing money. So again, they have two options: either close their trade or get liquidated and stopped out. So again, whenever they close their trades, it tends to be a long order, nevertheless pushing price up even more. So again, a very good example of kind of that happening. Again, you can kind of double check to see what was kind of going on using the NL and NS on the top of the Exocharts website. So NS stands for net shorts, NL stands for net longs, and here you can open up and see a whole bunch of net shorts coming in. And then if we go to here, just kind of looking at the net longs, here you can see a whole lot of net longs coming in. So just a good rule of thumb. Another thing you want to look at too is liquidations. You can toggle that on and off by simply just hitting rect. I don't know off the top of my head the setting for that, but really what you want to be looking for is, again, sort of bubbles. This kind of means liquidations, and so really the bigger the bubble, the larger the value of liquidations. And so here you can see longs getting liquidated. Whenever you have a purple bubble, it means longs are getting liquidated, and whenever you have a blue bubble, it is shorts getting liquidated. So I'll look for a short example. Here's a really good example of just trapped shorts too. Let me increase my tick size. Again, I'd like to use 40 tick on the 15-minute time frame, but since this is a huge candle, I'm just going to increase my tick size. And again, increasing tick size is just increasing the range of price action. So again, just feel free to do that whenever you have a large candle like this. And so again, right here, turning on the rect, you can see there was a large short liquidation. Why is it a short liquidation? Well, it's blue and just a large kind of bubble circle thing. And so here is actually a pretty good example of sort of trapped shorts again. If you just turn on NS, you can see a whole bunch of net shorts. And so here you see a load of stacked imbalances of shorts coming in. Just look at the very bottom of the candle. Most of the time, you typically want to see shorts shorting at support. So nevertheless, just a decent amount of shorts kind of shorting at support here. Typically, you want to see stacked imbalances, so like 3 or more rows. This is 2 or more rows, so not really the greatest example, but again, you can identify that people are shorting way down here. So be patient, wait for the next candle. Here you can see the candle opened up on them. This is probably why they got liquidated. This is them getting liquidated there a bit. Next candle up, you see a whole lot of stacked longs coming in, imbalances. these are very nice numbers. I would probably, just looking at imbalances and nothing else, I would probably take a long from here, just looking at this. Whole bunch of liquidity and longs coming in. Very strong momentum. Just opening up our net longs. Again, very nice long opportunity here. So again, that's just looking at imbalances, identifying trap traders and whatnot. So very, very powerful. I'm gonna take a drink of water, possibly check into the chat. I'll continue to kind of live stream this, just going over it. But again, typically with imbalances, you want to see stacked imbalances, which are like 3 or more of those rows being highlighted. So very, very nice to kind of see and look at. So again, you want to see shorts shorting at support, longs longing at resistance, and then you want to see a candle closing below that, this kind of putting the traders underwater. And then you want to see, again, kind of momentum or strength to the other side. So again, just looking at stacked longs or shorts, very, very powerful in kind of determining direction size. And again, I'm just looking at imbalances in this example. Of course, you want to be looking at like footprint bars and just kind of CVD, identifying absorption and whatnot. But again, I'm just going over sort of imbalances and delta clusters. So very, very powerful. So next thing you can do is just kind of going based off of this, is that you can turn on the VWAP. This is a common kind of local support resistance of price action. And so really, if you were to sort of take a long here, you would probably look to take profits at the VWAP. There is context where you don't really take profits at the VWAP, but most of the time it is a common take profit, and it is a common support and resistance. So just zooming out, and here you can see the VWAP is the yellow sort of line on my chart here on Exocharts, and really you can see that it is price tends to kind of stick to the VWAP, volume weighted average price. So just something to really keep in mind. So just looking at rect and liquidations in general, here you can see just large circles. Again, blue is typically shorts getting liquidated, and then that purple is usually longs being liquidated. So something to keep in mind, just something to add extra confirmation to a possible long or short trade. Again, don't use just imbalances and liquidations for determining whether or not to take a trade. There are lots more sort of things to look at, but again, imbalances are super powerful. There are times where you can only use lows, but again, as a beginner, I wouldn't really do that. So here is another great example of longing at resistance. So here you can see a whole bunch of stacked longs here, stacked longs, and then what do we see on the next candle? So if this were like a live trade action, you'd wait to see a whole bunch of stacked shorts kind of trapping these longs. So again, you want to see like a whole bunch of longs up here, and then price closing down below that with a bunch of stacked shorts. In this example, for identifying trapped longs, you want to see a whole bunch of trapped shorts highlighted and just kind of waiting for that. And again, most of the time you want to wait for the candle to kind of close. Again, if you see like a large amount of values of like shorts trapping these longs, yes, you can enter in on this candle. But again, I personally wouldn't wait to enter until like this candle right here, just to be extra safe. You can put your stop loss right above here. Just a little bit more to have a little bit of wiggle room, but nonetheless, it would have been a pretty good kind of scalp trade to really be looking at. So again, that is stacked imbalances for you. That is identifying trapped long traders at resistance. Again, it is important to do your TA and just kind of identify psychological support and resistances, your daily levels, weekly levels, monthly levels, fibs, VWAPs, naked daily point of controls, volume point of controls, value area high, value area low, all that stuff. If you're kind of confused about that, feel free to check out the Trading Basics playlist I have. That will just kind of go over all the support and resistances you really need to know for the basics. If you really want to get like more advanced, feel free to check out the Advanced Trading playlist. That is kind of adding on extra layers of support and resistance that are quite useful, especially like with fibs, more fib values that you can look at and kind of use and incorporate into your trading. So again, feel free to check out those. Again, it's free, so make sure to like and subscribe. Really, that's how you can really thank me. But I've worked pretty hard to kind of make all these playlists. So again, here is a good example of trapped shorts. Here you can see a whole bunch of stacked shorts coming in, pretty large value. And again, just wait until you see those shorts being trapped. What I mean by that is a whole bunch of stacked longs coming in, just kind of closing those shorts underwater. And again, I personally wouldn't have entered until this candle right here. Usually you want to see a good amount of longs kind of pushing these shorts underneath water, punishing the people who kind of shorted at, again, support. Typically, for an ideal scenario, it doesn't really happen all the time, but you want to see stacked imbalances at the very bottom, like right at support. Usually, that is a very good example. And then you want to see like longs marketing in stacked limit longs, going above that shorts, and having a whole bunch of balances there. That is really like the ideal scenario, very picky scenario, like textbook scenario. But again, real world is not really always textbook friendly. So again, interesting nevertheless. If you guys have questions in the chat, feel free to kind of put them in right now. Yeah, I can look, check Sol right now. Let me take a drink of water. When I'm talking a lot, like on YouTube, my throat gets really dry. And I don't really want to end up losing my voice, because that's been happening to me a lot, especially when I do these long live streams. But again, that's pretty much it for like identifying imbalances. So I know there is a lot of confusion in that, and just kind of learning how to read Exocharts. But yeah, we can look at Solana. Right now we're getting a nice bounce off of the weekly. Again, it's 12 minutes before that US Open. It is a holiday, so I'm not really being too picky. So looking at Solana, doing some TA here. I'll draw a fib from the drop down there. Here's this old daily, so I'm just gonna make a note of that. Tap today. Let's see if we let's see if we have any naked daily opponent controls on Solana. Oh yeah, so we still have that one up there. I'll take a look at Solana order flow. Actually, just peeking at Bitcoin order flow. So, again, possible trapped shorts underneath here. We're getting stacked imbalances, longs coming in. Again, I wouldn't necessarily long right now, but just a good example of kind of shorts being trapped right now. Whole bunch of net longs coming in. Oh, there's some shorts coming in. But again, the reason why it's kind of tricky right now is, again, it's holiday trading, so low volume. And typically you don't really want to trade with low volume. We like high volume. We love volume in general. Volume is great. So just kind of doing my basic TA. Here is kind of the resistances we are looking for. Again, very interesting to see the 1-to-1 being somewhat well respected. So the 1-to-1, we got a support level at $37. Zooming out a little bit more on the Solana, our 1.33 around $34. But really, we're getting very nice confluence with the 1.272 fib expansion, I mean, at around $31. So that could be a case. But nevertheless, the 37 level, I believe there is a good amount of longs down here. So generally stop losses. So again, it could be a possibility that we come down to here, grab the liquidity, and then just kind of move up. I didn't realize how much we dumped last night. It's really quite amazing. I wasn't really paying attention too much, but nevertheless, it was like 8% move down overnight. A lot. So again, interesting. I like 12-minute market cipher B. Oh yeah, looking at market cipher. Not really looking good. Money flow is getting thick. Oh yeah. Oh no, I wouldn't. Money flow is not agreeing with the uneven butt cheeks at the moment. But that is an uneven butt cheek. The cheeks do not lie, as Jason Casper would say. But yeah, let me know if you want me to keep on making shorts. They're just kind of snippets of me doing live stuff, but it's just kind of more highlights. I don't really know if people really like that kind of thing, but let me know. But yeah, I personally want to enter a long right now. So feel free to have any more questions. I can already feel that I'm kind of losing my voice right now. But that's fine. I love the YouTubes. I love YouTubing. But yeah, I think I did a pretty good job explaining sort of order flow and imbalances. Order flow is very powerful. Again, I don't use that on my own, but again, just looking at that, pretty cool. So. Let's see here. For this to be really truly a trend reversal, I like to see kind of more delta coming in. Right now on these moves down, we've been seeing a lot of volume and a lot of negative delta, meaning strength to the move. Zooming out too, generally increase in OI. So people shorting this move down. So just strength to that move down. Again, this weekly has been a common support level. I believe we're gonna kind of go lower. A lot of people are looking at the CME gap fill, which is kind of down here at 28,600. Still quite a move down. However, just looking at the higher time frames, kind of see we're losing momentum. That's not really a good example. I don't know. It's kind of like dying out, but kind of hard to tell with order flow. This whole move down generally though of the bear market, very low OI. And this move up here too was again low OI, especially here. Generally you want to see strong increases in OI as we kind of move up. But yeah, just looking here, not too strong of a trend. So this move up, the all-time high here, was based off a low volume. So generally you want to see like this OI being at the start of the uptrend, so it's like building a strong support and just kind of having more legs to the price action and momentum in general. But we'll see what happens. So yeah. I lost a trade yesterday. I should have stuck to my confirmations. Whenever I try to trade with only the 1 minute and 3 minute, I get wrecked. Yeah. At this point, it's personally just about controlling your emotions. Psychology is a very strong factor to this. I read a lot, and lately I've just been reading a lot more philosophy. And so I've noticed that's what books like Michael Berry reads, and kind of all those top traders. They don't read investing books over and over again. I mean, they kind of know like the basics to, or probably a lot more than me, but they know like understand like economics and that whatnot. They just really like focus on improving themselves and just kind of learning how to become a better trader just in the processes, like improving their processes. Again, it can be similar to like a business improving their processes, just from like an engineer standpoint, to all my engineers out there. But yeah, see what Jake Casper is doing. Ooh, he added more to it. Nice. But again, swing failure patterns can be just looking at imbalances on a lower time frame on Exocharts. So it's what it is. It's how you kind of use Exocharts. Is again looking at those imbalances on order flow. Very powerful. It is a little bit harder though to do, but Yeah. 40-minute stream so far. I'm surprised we don't have more people in here, but I guess it is a holiday. And people tend to like narrow down on trading before like the US Open. So I don't know. Or maybe people are outside during the weather. But yeah, as we're kind of dropping down, might see a further dump down. Personally, the 30 minutes now, it's just going to be hectic. I think we're just going to drop down. A lot more volume coming in. Going to keep on dropping down. I wouldn't necessarily short right now, but you can see OI is kind of coming down. Price gets very indecisive on these US Opens, I've noticed. So again, price is kind of bouncing around right now on the US Open. It looks to kind of trap people in the beginning. Trap people in the beginning and then just kind of move in the opposite direction and then trap people for like the first half hour especially. I can't believe how much of the UK markets being closed affects the US Open. But it is Friday and it's end of the week, so we'll see. So dropping down to the 5-minute on order flow here. Might be a possibility we get a relief rally up to the previous day point of control and then reject off of that. These are mainly just shorts getting stopped out right now, I think. Again, I like to sit on my hands kind of during the first half hour of US Open. Let's see if we have any single prints. Oh yeah, we have a single print. Only a row size of 5 really, but could be a possibility we come up here. So 29987. I'll make these blue. SP begin. And then SP end. We might actually come up to the SP ending. Is that 30,000? I can't see. Yeah. So resistances at 30K. Again, I wouldn't necessarily long right now, but good resistances up there. As you can see right here, we came up, rejected off of the top of the single print ending, and then again we rejected down. So price does like to come back and fill these single prints, especially when they're significant in the row size. As of like right here, row size of 4. Again, just looking at price right here, kind of crushed through it. Didn't really slow down price too much. Maybe people got like a very short, quick scalp based off of it, but again, very interesting nevertheless. But going back to order flow, we'll see if we get absorption at this daily Valley Erie low. Might be a major pivot point. Price has been like having a lot of absorption, meaning a large limit orders here at the weekly open. Just back here, there was large limit orders. That's the reason I got onto a long here and just kind of rode that out. But here too is just another buying tail. Going back to the buying tails and single tail or selling tails. Here you can see kind of a smaller buying tail, but a row size of 5, so about a medium size. Usually price likes to go down and retest that buying tail, and if it kind of bounces off of that, that shows strength in the market. So this is kind of bullish. What I would like to see is, again, I want to see on order flow, I want to see absorption happening. So I'll turn on the D bars, and again we're looking for hidden bullish divergence in this case. So I want to see CVD going even lower as price isn't really dropping down or necessarily dumping, and that will just create a absorption going on, and that will be bullish. Again, that will just mean a larger player has their limit orders there and just kind of waiting for price. So that would be pretty bullish, and it would be nice to have. So here you can see price isn't really making up its mind. It's dropping down again. We might actually be looking for a long today if this is the case. Usually I don't put in those long orders until that 9 o'clock comes around, but yeah. So price will just kind of stall for a little bit. We'll take a look at Emergent Sessions. Again, a decent amount of volume traded around here. You can see a nice kind of curvature here. A lot of selling volume, a little bit too much for my taste, but again, that's just looking at it. It's not really something I only trade based off of, but getting rejection off the monthly point of control right now. using the TR charts, looking at my volume chart. Nothing too interesting. Going back to order flow. So now we just kind of wait. Have my D bars on. I think we're gonna get an absorption possibly. There might be a large limit long order just waiting right below here, just kind of waiting to be filled. But again, it is a holiday in the UK, so it's a little bit lower volume. Interesting. So yeah, there was a good amount of shorts coming in here. Typically you want to see CVD kind of making lower lows right here. That is a pretty good example of the absorption going on. But I am interested in taking a long. We'll see if price holds around this level. Solana, ultimately, I'm waiting for $37. So, again, taking out the lows here. This will be a very good swing filler pattern. So I'm being patient on Solana at the moment. Just looking at Solana. Nothing too interesting. Getting more delta coming in overall. Again, you kind of want to see volume kind of stalling, which is sort of been doing. So that's kind of a good sign. So yeah, now we wait. Man, I get a lot of spam comments on my YouTube. It gets annoying. People telling them to join their Telegram. Very annoying. Very annoying. But this is a good sign, kind of OI increasing as prices increasing on the 15-minute. Going down to the lower time frames, let's see if there was absorption. Still not really absorption. Again, CVD looks like it wants to make lower lows there. So I kind of have a sense there is a large limit long order waiting at this daily or previous day low. But again, we want to see that CVD going even lower, creating that hidden divergence. Don't want to see price going below this, going below 29,420, going back to So we want to see a bounce up from the 786 or again the golden pocket. But right now, kind of some shorts coming in. Price isn't really moving as shorts are kind of coming in. So again, that's kind of hinting towards absorption. Don't have confirmation on the CVD yet, but what would make you execute a trade with order flow? I don't know. I watched the Exocharts and understand why an absorption, but I'm just confused. So again, stacked imbalances on order flow. Trapped shorts in this case, I would take a long. I think that's what you're asking. And then just a good amount of stacked longs coming in at support essentially. So if you kind of want to, order flow is mainly just copying the large traders, copying the large money. It's kind of like monkey see, monkey do. Again, you're not going to get like a total ninja entry based off of order flow, like to the exact dollar. Like I shorted at the exact order of a resistance, or I longed at the exact dollar of a support. But again, it's just kind of providing like a nice cushion so you don't necessarily really lose the trade. But again, you won't really be losing money. So right now we're getting kind of interesting as prices kind of dumping down. We'll see if we actually kind of hold. Zooming out on the CVD. CVD looks like it wants to go lower. Just opening up the net shorts. Not too many net shorts coming in, it seems like. But there's a good amount that came in here. And price is still kind of holding. Again, this absorption will be invalidated if we go past this price. So if we break out of the 786 kind of. But I'm guessing we're going to get a nice bounce right here. Nice bounce at 29,488 roughly. If this holds. Kind of want to see this hold for the next 14-15 minutes. Then I'll typically enter a trade. But yeah, Jason, after this recording, go back and check the beginning of the live. I think you'll like it a lot and learn from it for using order flow. Thank you, Jeremy. I tried my best, even though my camera right now is not really looking so good and I'm kind of blurry. My camera is literally like a $15 camera, but we're balling on a low budget, man. Low budget YouTube, but great content, I like to think. Okay. Generally what's been looking or working well for me is really just weekly supports and daily supports, and then occasionally get those monthly support levels. But generally the 15-minute is a good time frame to trade based off of. You can go lower and look at the 5 and 3 minute as you get more comfy with it, but just trade based off of the 15-minute and just kind of make sure the 1 hour doesn't have like a whole bunch of volume at the candle. So right now we're looking kind of good for a trade. Low volume at this candle, or medium amount of volume. But again, just looking at those imbalances. Balances are amazing. Yeah, thanks, man. Someday I'll be big. I think people don't really listen to me because I'm such a small like channel. Only have like 400 subscribers, whereas people tend to like watch larger YouTubers who have more subscribers. I don't know, it's like psychology of people. They tend to like want to learn from Warren Buffett all the time and watch his videos, but really he just says the same thing. Of course the guy isn't going to give away his secrets. No way. He's not going to give away his secrets. When there's that much like popularity around it, I don't know. I find the psychology of people interesting, especially when you like study business. I previously had 2 businesses that didn't really pass, but learned a lot from it, man. Learned a lot. So yeah, we're waiting for like the next 11 minutes here. So far so good. Price is just kind of mellowing out. CVD isn't really pumping too much, but very strong absorption. What I love to see and will almost take a trade every single time is that whenever we have clear absorption on the 15-minute, very powerful absorption. I have a very high win rate of the 15-minute absorption. But again, you want to see your confirmations. You want to see volume decreasing at a support level. So right now, if this was a 53 million volume candle at the weekly support level, so if this footprint bar was kind of flip-flopped with this candle right here, I would not be taking a trade right now, nor would I be like interested in looking at a trade. But generally, you're seeing dying volume and dying kind of delta, more neutral delta in a way. So that is a good sign that a reversal is near. Of course, I could be wrong if we just bust through this level, but things are looking good. I think we're ready for liftoff pretty soon. So I love the dailies using Exocharts as I need other people to brainstorm with during the open. Yeah. Once you get the hang of it, it's not really too hard, but again, have that cheat sheet of open interest and where was that chart? Yeah, right here. Where was it? Yeah, this. I literally saved this on my phone. This is like the background on my phone. I mean, I don't really need it anymore, but generally, this is what you want to look for. So right here, this is a good one. Look at this channel. Look at this image. Save this image. Hold on, let me try to find a better one. It should be very straightforward and yeah, right here. Here's a good one. Just memorize. Write down flashcards or whatever, but volume and OI relate the two to price. Really, they kind of go hand in hand, volume and OI, but again, when price is rising, you want to see volume increasing, open interest increasing. That means a strong increase. So when they are going together with price, strong increase, money flow is coming into the asset. And again, when price is rising, you see volume going down and OI going down. That means weak. That means kind of money flowing out of the asset. When you see price declining and OI and open interest are increasing, that means money coming out of the asset even more as price is declining. And again, when price is declining and you see both kind of going down, that means kind of neutral in a way, but again, it's a weak move down you can think of. So the two are just really determining momentum behind that. Again, volume is like my favorite word now. That's how money flow is derived from. I don't know the exact formula of what CryptoFace uses, but I do have a good idea of how he's deriving it. The harder part about it is that he puts it into like a sort of formula, so it's like kind of like a cumulative area. So he must use like an area multiplier when using the indicator, but yeah. Alright, T-minus 6 minutes, man. We're getting there. And if you guys are bored too, check out the advanced trading playlist. I have like how to trade the daily open on a fresh new like daily candle. Just kind of looking at the volume and seeing what's going on behind that. I'm on my phone looking at it. Here you can look at like the different fib values I have. Yeah, I have a video how to trade the daily open with 45 views. But yeah. Alright, T-minus 4 minutes. We are almost ready for liftoff. Looking back at Orderflow. Alright, CVD is increasing. Come on, Delta, go lower. Alright, I'm coming down to the 3-minute time frame. We're getting ready. Again, this might be like a long trade where it was like yesterday where we just waited all day and then it slowly pumped. I got stopped out in profit, by the way, with that trade, but again, God, it was nerve-wracking, especially being live like that. Oh my God. But alright, T-minus 3 minutes. We'll see what's happening, what's going on, what's popping. But I want to see the CVD kind of go down and make lower lows like it did right here. So really a negative 36 million CVD would be very nice to see. It just make me more confident in that trade. Going back to the 15-minute looking in. I'm going to peek at the single prints and see if we have a buying tail down here. So what's nice to see is that we're getting a retest of this buying tail down here. You can see the little wick right here. This template I love using for single prints and selling tails and buying tails. It works very well compared to like the Emergent Sessions. It does have that built into it, but just trading based off of that, it hasn't really worked for me. Maybe it works for other people, but again, interesting. Alright, we got T-minus 2 minutes. Too bad I don't have like a live clock. I should put like a live clock on my channel thing. But this is good to see though. Lot of volume with Delta behind that. Oh, I think it was just mainly shorts getting stopped out. But that's a good sign you want to see on the footprint bar. Right now we're just kind of hovering around the daily point of control, which isn't really a big surprise. Again, price likes to stick around the point of controls. Point of controls are generally where volume is traded the most transactions. Yeah, I've been posting shorts on my YouTube shorts on TikTok, and people are kind of getting confused with what I'm talking about, but like my real life friends, the heck are you doing, Gunslinger? But all right, closing in on the 9 minute. What I like to see, nice OI increase as price is increasing. Again, that's just on the 5 minute. Don't really want to overthink it too much. So here we go. 9 o'clock hour, the golden hour. So we'll see what price is doing. Hopefully the CVD will come down and just kind of hold at not go below, again, this 786 right here. Again, I think there's absorption going on, but I want to see extra confirmation. It's kind of like front running a divergence like at the moment. I believe if we do get absorption on the 5 minute, there's a good chance we get it on the 15 minute. 15 minute is a pretty high win rate with absorption. Again, it's not something you just want to look at, but again, you want to look at the clusters. I explained clusters very well at the beginning of this live stream, so feel free to go back and kind of check it. Again, that's kind of looking at stacked imbalances of trap traders. Trap traders is something you want to see, and Mr. Market likes to do that a lot. So right now we are pumping up. Let me see here. Right now might be a good long opportunity. If you were to long, put your stop loss right below this wick at around 29,400. I don't think we're going to get a second swing failure pattern of that because we already came down to this level. Just zooming in on here on the 3 minute time frame, we had this weekly support at around 29,450. So we did tap that. And then we kind of had a second swing failure pattern of the lows right here, kind of punishing the early traders that were coming in into the trade right now. So right now we're just kind of pumping a little bit. Net shorts kind of coming in, net longs kind of closing. Again, there's a good amount of shorts coming in, market shorts it seems. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is absorption going on. Again, I don't have my confirmations with CVD. Right now it kind of looks like I'm not really going to enter a trade. I want to see CVD going lower. CVD is coming up. Good amount of delta coming in, generally. The reason for this amount of negative delta is I think it was just mainly shorts getting stopped out, but could be wrong too. So again, we're kind of waiting. Maybe you could long right now. I'm personally not. We'll see what happens. I don't think price is gonna like sharply come down, but it does look like longs are coming in. Let's go into the 1 minute. I think there was 1 minute absorption. Yeah, there was right here. It's nothing too excited to get excited about, but that nice CBD hidden divergence. Alright, so we're kind of rejecting off of the daily point of control right now. I'm being patient. I should name myself the patient trader, but even though I do FOMO at times. But right now we're bouncing off the daily point of control. Possibly towards this previous day low could be a support. So possibly a tap of this golden pocket again. I'm gonna kind of make that look nice. So we did kind of front run that golden pocket a little bit. Again, I'm just kind of being patient. Could be a possibility that we still go to the downside, but let's see what happens. All right, shorts coming in. Really, you want to see more values coming in. I know this like 200K crap. You want to see like millions. It's kind of rough trading on a holiday. But generally, when you're not trading on a holiday, you'll see like millions of dollars coming in. The money is flowing. Ooh, that's a dump of a candle. Kind of looks bad because it's on a 3-minute, but we are waiting. Kind of running out of time to get into a trade. Usually want to be in a trade before like 9:15, 9:16 roughly, but we do have about, I guess, 10 minutes. Right now we're just kind of we're getting ready for battle. So again, I'm still in a bias of taking a long. I want to see CBD going lower, but I don't think we're going to get a sudden drop down in CBD like that. Might not even take a trade even. I don't know, it's kind of iffy. So rejecting off the previous day low. Somewhat of shorts absorption going on here. Somewhat. You can see CBD making higher highs right here. Oh, this is tough. Right now, I'm not confident in taking any trades right now. Hi, Connor. John Connor. Dropping down. We'll see if there is. So a good amount of selling volume in here. Again, could it be a stop loss hunt? Kind of hard to tell. Trying to see if there was absorption going on here, but I guess not. Honestly, I don't really know what's going on right now. If I were to short, I want to see a lot of volume and a lot of delta, negative delta. And of course those stacked imbalances, but this is just mainly just low volume trading. Again, usually you'll see like kind of like these imbalances where you're getting millions of dollars. This is like a few $100,000. It's not really much. Usually you want to see like imbalances like this where it's like 1.2 million, 1.1 million, 2.5 million, so on and so forth. It's in the millions. You'll even see like 5 million sometimes. It gets kind of interesting. We'll see what Solana's doing. Yeah, still kind of waiting. We're kind of running out of time. I want to see a move within like the next 4 minutes or so. Previous day low. Might not even take a trade, to be honest. I'm not really seeing anything like good with the clusters. Might be the sideways flip-flop day. What's good is that we're not seeing like tons of wiki price action like we were yesterday. Mainly it was just like stop loss hunts for like all of the US Open, it seemed like. Which is technically like weekend price action. So holiday price action and weekend price action, technically the same. Just means, yeah, I do. I have Exo templates in Discord. But yeah, I'm not jumping on a trade right now, man. It's kind of sideways. Good thing is it's not like too wiki of candles. They're nice, like kind of bodied, beefy candles. If you see like a bunch of like kind of these looking candles where it's like thin body candle and large wicks on the side, kind of looking like a Darth Maul lightsaber, generally I kind of stay out of the market during that. That is just one large player really just marketing orders and pushing price around. But yeah, we're running out of time. I want to see a move within like the next 45 seconds. Yes, this could be questioned as a local uptrend, but I'm not too convinced. Because you can see like kind of the same thing happening here, then we got that drop down. But if you were to say, am I slightly bullish or bearish right now? I'd say I'm slightly bullish, just due to the fact that we are bouncing off of that buying tail. And volume is dying out, and generally we do see a good amount of positive delta coming in. But again, I want to see like large amounts of imbalances coming in. These couple 100,000 isn't really doing much. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take a trade right now. Yeah. Again, if I were to take a trade right now, I'd be forcing it, and really, if anything, it'd be a long. But I don't really have my confirmations right now. I'm not seeing anything like that would make me push the buy button. So yeah. During the daily open, yeah, I guess. Mainly during the daily open, you're looking at volume, but mainly order flow, just for executing the trade. Yeah. Order flow is very powerful. Kind of dropping down here. Could be a possibility that CBD makes lower lows. I don't know. I'm kind of getting like a sense that there's absorption going on, but there's absorption on the 1 minute. I like to see it on a higher time frame though. Especially like the 50-minute, man. But yeah. Not much going on. But things look good for a long, just like the kind of the environment for it. Does it mean I'm gonna take a long? Possibly. I'm just not putting in a long right now. But yeah, possible. Could see a nice move down to the 786 right here. That'd be kind of hopeful to see, or at least the golden pocket again. Here it looks like we kind of like front ran it and then kind of came up. So I guess there's a few longs or shorts coming in right now, and price isn't really moving. So that is what I'm kind of thinking, that there might be absorption going on. Yo, Rando. It has audio, and I find it to be very helpful to order flow. So yeah, we're kind of running out of time, man. Already ran out of time, but really the big question is, will price hold at about this level right here, 29,420? And I'm never gonna set a limit long, just waiting for price for that. I never pre-order set longs or shorts. I'll do it when I'm like closing out a position, but never like when I'm entering into a position, because the environment can change. It could be a possibility that we really bust through this support right here, continue it downward, and just kind of crush through it, and then kind of go down even more. If anything, there was possible short absorption, but I don't really like reading it off of when the wicks are like together like that. But we'll see if price holds here. Again, we kind of ran out of time. I would have probably been in our trade like 15 minutes ago if we got our confirmations, but again, not right now. But I'll probably get going. If we do end up, if that 786, I'd say, does end up holding, I would probably put my stop loss a little bit below that. You can have a larger position size for this, and then just really my final take profit would just be up here. So very nice risk to reward, 5.9. So I'd definitely be looking to take that trade. Again, if you have Exocharts right now, again, you want to see the CBD making lower lows and price just kind of holding this level. May not necessarily come down to the 786, but at least to this golden pocket or whatever. And again, you'll have that nice hidden divergence. So make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. So have a good weekend, guys.